Hey peeps, it is Motivational Monday. Oh my gosh, my face is a little red. You know why? I just got back from vacation. And normally I keep my face pretty covered up, but there was a few times where it was pretty intense. I mean, Spain has got some hot, hot, hot sun. So guess what, guys? Today is Motivational Monday. Oh my gosh, I'm so motivated. Just came off of an amazing 10, 12-day vacation to Portugal, Morocco, and Spain. Oh my God, I had the blast, had a blast. Cannot tell you how much fun I had. Just trip of a lifetime. It was my birthday trip as well as my anniversary trip. Because yes, I got married on my birthday. So anyways, so excuse the red face, just a little sunburnt. Anyways, on to Motivational Mondays. So, I take a lot of grief for the life that I live. I just got harassed by a few people on social media. Oh, must be rough to go on these kinds of vacations. Oh, must be rough. And I'm like, people, you can choose to live in a feel sorry for myself mode your whole life, or you can be grateful for the life that God gave you, and you should embrace life every single day because God is allowing you to be here. Being miserable and being grumpy and being upset is a choice that people make in life. I wake up and consciously make an effort every single day to be in a happy mood, to be grateful for what I have, to be grateful for what I can have, to be grateful for God giving me this life that I have to accomplish what He wants me to accomplish. And I listen to Joel Osteen all the time. I don't know if you're aware of Joel Osteen, the pastor here in Houston, Texas, with the mega church, but he constantly inspires people and motivates people to live the best life they can possibly live. Do we all have circumstances that can be horrible every once in a while? You bet we can. I've been dealt horrible things in my life too. And have I sat here and felt sorry for myself every single time it's happened to me? No, I've chosen to be a positive person and look at the positive things that are happening in my life instead of always thinking and concentrating on the negative things that are happening in my life. When I was a sick child, as a little girl, I didn't sit around and feel sorry for myself that these people were telling me that I was never going to be normal. I just went outside and started running and playing and jumping and having fun because I wasn't going to let somebody tell me that I was going to be miserable. And then, when my brother died or when my son died or when my dad died, I mean, like each and every one of these things in my life could have caused me to be a grump, to be mean, to be miserable, to be spiteful. But instead, I've looked at it and said, I'm not going to be a creature of my circumstances. I'm going to create more for myself. And so it's just like Joel Osteen says, you can sit around every single day and look at the horrible, unhealthy, bad things that are happening to you and sit and dwell on it. Or you can say, okay, this is what was dealt to me today, but I'm choosing to treat it differently. I'm choosing to look at it differently. I'm choosing to take care of it differently. Instead of just being negative Nelly, I'm going to think positive things and figure out a way to make my life better, happier, and healthier because these things are happening to me. Listen, people, we've all experienced homelessness. I lived in my car for almost 6 months during during the early 90s because I made some bad investments. No, it was not in the early 90s. It was right around 2000, 2001 after I sold my health clubs. I had all my money tied up in some accounts. I'd also made some bad choices in some investments, and I lost some major money. I temporarily had to live in my car for a couple weeks while I could get my things situated, things moved around, and so on and so forth. Did I feel sorry for myself? No. Back in the late 90s when my health club flooded and I had to sell my house and live in the back of my health club for an entire year, did I feel sorry for myself? No. No, I said, you know what? This is the circumstance that was handed to me. I have to figure out how to make it better. And so instead of sitting there feeling sorry for myself, crying to everyone, thinking, oh, I should start me a GoFundMe page because, I should make everyone else pay to make my life better. I said, to hell with it. I sold my house, moved in the back of my health club, and literally lived in the back of my health club for an entire year while trying to put every ounce of money I was making back into that health club to keep that health club open because it had been so severely flooded. So I know what it's like. You all sit here and go, oh, she doesn't know the meaning of this. She just married a rich man or whatever. People, I have lived and gone through some hell in my life. My life has not always been this glorious house, this glorious marriage, this glorious man, this everything. I myself have gone through hell and back on many, many occasions. I almost died climbing Mount Kilimanjaro. Instead of feeling sorry for myself, oh Lord, I almost died. I used that as a positive experience and came out of it so much bigger and better than I was before it happened to me. I mean, I came back from Africa wanting to sell everything I owned to give it to everyone in the villages of Malawi because it had changed my life so much, so much. So it's like Joel Osteen says, guys, you can sit around and say, oh, this terrible thing is happening to me, so I'm just gonna be a grump and I'm just gonna be miserable because of it. Or you can think, how can I change this? How can I take this lemon that was handed to me and turn it into lemonade? I mean, the same thing happened when I got robbed, people. I took something so devastating where someone took my personal belongings, my items that I had been collecting for over 30 years, and I took that and said, I'm not gonna feel sorry for myself because some asshole decided to come into my life and invade my life and invade my privacy and steal from me. I'm gonna take this and make it into lemonade. And so you never once caught me sitting there feeling sorry for myself or saying horrible things or whatever. I said, you know what? I gotta pull myself up by my bootstraps and I've gotta go on with life, and this is not going to defeat me. And that's what you guys need to do. Just because you're having a hard time losing weight, or just because you've lost a job, or just because you've gotten a few extra bills in the mail that you weren't planning on, I know every time I was confronted with horrible things in my life, I took on more jobs. I mean, I can remember being so strapped after my divorce that I was working 4 part-time jobs and I still was not coming up with enough cash. And so I took on a 5th, which was cocktail waitressing 3 nights a week. Worst job I ever had in my life, but you know what? I did it temporarily for a couple months so that I could make extra cash to put extra groceries on the table for me and my kids. And so, I don't know, it just seems like nowadays everyone wants the easy way out. Oh, I'll just go start a GoFundMe page and I'll make everyone else pay to help get me out of this situation that I'm in, or whatever. I mean, I don't know. I've never been a person to have to think that other people have to bail me out of my situations. And so, I don't know, guys. I just felt this heavy on my heart today because, I was being ridiculed for, oh, must be rough to take such fantastic vacations. And I'm like, there used to be a time in my life where I never took vacations. Growing up as a little girl, I never heard of these, oh, go off to camp for a month. Like, what camp? We had to stay home and work on my parents' ranch and hoe the gardens and pick the vegetables and take care of it. I didn't even know what go off to camp. What is that? Like, I see these kids and they go off to these month-long camps in different states, and I'm thinking, whoa. I mean, so I'm just saying, I never grew up with money. I didn't know what it was like. So most of my young adult life, I only went on a couple vacations that I could ever remember. I mean, I was not blessed with knowing what a vacation was. And so I can remember the first time in my first marriage, one of my first vacations was to go to Disneyland with my husband. And then the second time with my second husband, we took the kids to Disneyland. And I mean, that was the sum total of my kind of trips when I was married to two different individuals. And it wasn't until I got divorced and started deciding, hey, I want to go see the world. I want to see what's out there. There's got to be more than just whatever's here in the United States even, you know? And so that's what started me on all of my trips and whatnot. And so if I had to save for an entire year to be able to take me and my girlfriends to Cancun for the summer or something, I did. I mean, so I don't know. I just wanted to talk to you guys about, you know, just, you don't have to sit around and feel sorry for the circumstances you're in. We all have the ability to get ourselves out of circumstances, whether it means extra jobs or whether it means extra prayer to God or whatnot. I know every time I've encountered hardship in my life, I've always turned to faith and fitness. Those have been the two things that have always saved me, faith and fitness. And when you least expect being able to get out of a situation, God has a way of opening windows and opening doors to show you how to do it, as long as you don't ignore it. So anyways, guys, hope this was helpful today. I hope I motivated you. I hope I got you excited to get out of these circumstances that you're in, whether they were self-made or whether they were accidental. It's all within our powers. We can wake up every day and think positive, or we can sit around and think negative. So it's up to you guys. So I hope this was informational. I hope it was motivational. I hope you're having a good day. I'm gonna go get this sunburn taken care of, and make sure you guys are getting out there everywhere on social media, finding me. I'm not just here on YouTube. I'm everywhere out there on social media, especially Instagram. So with that said, guys, hope you have a fantastic rest of your Monday. Bye-bye.